I do my own knotless braids, but I did not get here overnight. So in this video, I'm going to show you the hardest part for me, which was starting off the braids and starting them off so that they lay flat. I feel like when I was first starting to do my braids, they were just super lumpy and chunky, and I didn't get this result until I had a few trial and errors. So I'm going to show you all the tips and things that I do to start off my braids myself. Let's start with parting. One thing you'll notice immediately is I do not use gel or grease or beeswax or anything like that for my parts. I feel like that creates a lot of buildup from day one, and it doesn't allow me to wear my braids for as long as I would like to because my hair feels really itchy and dirty immediately. So I don't do any of that. I just take my time and part, and I part my hair into 5 big sections. And when I'm starting on a section, I part all of the rows in that section, and when I'm starting a specific row, I part all of the braids. So you're kind of like pre-parting as you go. I also do the brick layering method so that my braids are not in a perfect row. It looks a little odd to me. Now it's time to start on the specific braid. So I'm going to show you on this braid up front because I feel like it's easier for you guys to see. I always use one of these little clips to move any other hair that's not braided out of the way. And I do use a little bit of gel on the base of my hair, but nothing on the parts. This is the Fenty Edge Control, and I've also used jam before too. Either one of them work fine. I start off by parting my hair into 3 sections like you would for a braid, and I'm just going to start braiding. I've been told that I under braid, so if that means anything to you. And then once I get to this first side, I'm going to start adding in my hair. Now, one thing that's important is you don't want to add in all of your hair at once, and you don't want it to be too thick. So I'm looping the braiding hair around the thumb and my pointer finger that is free, and I'm looping it underneath my thumb and my pointer finger that is holding down the braid. So if you see there, I'm just going to go ahead and loop it around my finger off to the side, and then I am going to loop that under my thumb and my pointer finger, and you're going to grab the hair all together. So your real hair and the braiding hair together, and you're going to keep braiding. Now, one thing I want you to notice here is how my middle finger is kind of always holding the braid down. One thing I had the most trouble with when I was starting to do my braids myself is the hair would start slipping down my actual hair. So the braiding hair would never stay like where I had put it. You need that thumb, or not thumb, the middle finger, sorry, to hold that hair down in place while you're adding in your braiding hair. And for these size braids, I think I did about 4 or 5 pieces per braid. They were pretty small, and once I feel like I've braided down enough and it's like anchored, I can start braiding the other way, so like not holding my hands up in that position because your hands will get tired. And I'm going to show you guys again on the other side. So again, I'm just putting a little bit of edge control on the base of my braid, never on my part. And then I'm going to start braiding my hair. Now, one thing that I think is important to keep in mind is that if you want your braids to look like really flat and like it's your hair, it's good to start by plaiting your hair like maybe 1 to 2 times. But you want to make sure that the braiding hair that you're adding in matches in width and size. So if you go in and you're starting to braid your hair and you add in a huge chunk of braiding hair, your braid is immediately going to get fat from the beginning, and you don't want that. You want it to gradually get a bit thicker and longer. So that's why you add in the braiding hair pieces one by one, and you add them in while they're small. You never add in big thick chunks of hair unless that matches the size of the braids that you have and the width of your hair that you are already working with from the beginning. I hope that made sense. And this is what your braid should look like. I am going to use a little bit of mousse to lay it down. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I do also have a braids guide that goes really into detail on like parting and starting and all of that stuff if you guys are interested, and a braids tutorial, a full braids tutorial on this entire style. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.